The glow of a single computer monitor lights up a tiny, dark bedroom in Greenville, North Carolina. It's 2 a.m. Outside, the neighborhood is completely silent, but inside this room, your brain is racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You are 12 years old, sitting hunched over a cheap keyboard staring at a YouTube video dashboard that shows a single-digit view count. Most kids your age are playing video games or sleeping before school, but you are utterly consumed by a single burning question. How does a video go viral? You open a notebook and begin writing down numbers, subscriber counts, upload times, video lengths, title structures. You don't care about being famous, and you don't care about money. You are obsessed with the system itself. You have stumbled upon the greatest digital puzzle in human history, and you decide right then and there that you will spend every waking breath trying to decode it. You were born Jimmy Donaldson on May 7, 1998. Growing up in eastern North Carolina, you were a quiet, observant kid raised alongside your older brother, CJ, by a single mother who worked hard in the military to keep the family afloat. Your early world is ordinary, but your inner world is entirely dictated by curiosity. In 2012, at age 13, you create your YouTube channel under the handle MrBeast 6000. Your early content is terrible, and you know it. You upload basic Minecraft gameplay clips, Call of Duty commentary, and videos analyzing how much money other creators make. You record commentary on a low-end microphone that picks up every breath, and your edits are clunky. Yet, every time you press the upload button, you feel a surge of electricity. Your early videos get 10 views, maybe 20, mostly from yourself rewatching them to spot errors. While your peers treat YouTube as a temporary hobby, you treat it like an elite sport. As high school arrives, your obsession deepens to a level that frightens the adults around you. You develop Crohn's disease, a painful chronic inflammatory bowel condition that forces you to carefully manage your diet, energy, and physical stress. While the illness limits your ability to participate in traditional athletics, it drives you deeper into the digital realm. You spend entire weekends locked in your room analyzing retention graphs. You notice that if a viewer drops off at the 15-second mark, the title or the opening hook failed. You realize that thumbnail color contrast directly impacts click-through rates. You meet a small group of equally obsessed teenage creators online: Eric, Chris, Chandler, and a few others. You form a virtual mastermind group. For over 1,000 consecutive days, you spend up to 12 hours on Skype calls with these friends. You don't talk about sports or girls, you study successful videos frame by frame, analyzing pacing, audio levels, title phrasing, and lighting. You test hypotheses like scientists in a lab. In 2016, you graduate from high school. Your mother, wanting a stable and conventional path for you, insists that you attend college. You enroll at Pitt Community College to appease her, but your heart remains locked inside your video editor. You attend classes for only 2 weeks before making a radical choice. You sit in your parked car on campus for the entire duration of the school day, editing videos on a laptop. After a few weeks of pretending to attend class, you finally sit your mother down and tell her the truth. You are dropping out to pursue YouTube full-time. She is horrified and heartbroken. She gives you an ultimatum. If you aren't going to college, you cannot live under her roof. You pack your bags, move into a small bare-bones apartment, and commit entirely to your dream. You have no safety net, very little money, and everything to lose. The turning point occurs in January 2017. You realize that to break through the endless noise of the internet, you must do something so physically demanding, ridiculous, and absurdly high effort that people are forced to click out of sheer curiosity. You sit down in a folding chair in your bedroom, set up a camera, and decide to count to 100,000 out loud. You don't stop to sleep. You barely stop to eat. The counting takes over 40 hours, with parts of the video sped up to fit YouTube's length limits. By the end, your voice is raspy, your body aches, and your eyes are bloodshot. You upload the video titled, "I Counted to 100,000." It explodes. Millions of views flood in within days. The algorithm recognizes the immense watch time and begins pushing your channel to the front page of the platform. You have cracked the code. Extreme effort equals undeniable attention. Shortly after your viral breakthrough, you receive your first major corporate brand sponsorship check for $10,000 from a company called Squid. Most 18-year-olds receiving a check that size would pay off debts, buy a decent car, or save it in a bank account. You do none of those things. You drive out into the streets of your hometown, locate a man experiencing homelessness, and hand him the entire $10,000 in cash while filming his reaction. You upload the video. The genuine emotion, combined with the sheer audacity of giving away a fortune, triggers another massive wave of views. The revenue from that video generates more money than the original $10,000 spent. That moment creates your permanent operational philosophy. Reinvest every single dollar back into the content. You don't buy fancy clothes, luxury watches, or mansions. You live in a cheap apartment and put every cent back into larger budgets, bigger stunts, and higher stakes. By 2018, your production scale escalates exponentially. You build a core team around Chris, your childhood friend who helped film your earliest videos, and expand the crew organically. Chandler is hired as a janitor before his natural comedic timing lands him in front of the camera, and Carl joins as an editor before becoming a core cast member. Their genuine, unscripted chemistry gives the wild stunts an emotional anchor. You buy a giant warehouse in Greenville, turning a small North Carolina town into the unexpected capital of the digital media world. You host Last Person to Leave challenges, awarding hundreds of thousands of dollars to strangers, friends, and fans who can keep their hands on a luxury car, stay inside a circle drawn on the ground, or survive inside a sensory deprivation room. You tip waitresses with real gold bars, buy entire car dealerships just to give vehicles away for free, and purchase dozens of houses to gift to families in need. The internet watches in awe as you systematically redefine what a YouTube video can be. You realize that high-octane entertainment can be paired with world-changing philanthropy. In late 2019, when your channel approaches 20 million subscribers, your fans challenge you to plant 20 million trees. Instead of shrugging it off, you launch TeamTrees alongside fellow creator Mark Rober. You rally hundreds of top YouTubers, corporate executives like Elon Musk and Tobias Lutka, and millions of young viewers to raise $20 million for the Arbor Day Foundation. You prove that the creator generation holds real-world collective power. You follow this success in 2021 with TeamSeas, raising over $30 million to remove 30 million pounds of plastic and trash from global oceans, rivers, and beaches. You established Beast Philanthropy, a dedicated non-profit organization that operates massive food pantries, builds clean water wells across Africa, constructs housing developments for underprivileged families, and donates prosthetic limbs to thousands of amputees worldwide. In November 2021, you execute the most ambitious project in digital history, recreating the hit Netflix series Squid Game in real life. You spend over $3.5 million to build exact, life-sized replicas of every set from the show, inviting 456 real players to compete for a $456,000 cash prize without any physical harm. The production requires hundreds of crew members, complex custom engineering, safety protocols, and dozens of cameras filming simultaneously. When the video drops, it shatters global viewership records, pulling in tens of millions of views in its first 24 hours and eventually surpassing hundreds of millions of plays. You prove that a creator operating out of North Carolina can rival the production value and cultural impact of major Hollywood studios. Your ambition expands beyond video screens into physical consumer goods. You recognize that relying solely on ad revenue and sponsorships limits your long-term creative freedom. You launch Feastables, a chocolate brand designed to disrupt traditional candy companies with simpler, higher-quality ingredients. You launch directly to consumers online, shattering sales expectations before leveraging that massive demand to roll out into thousands of Walmart stores across America, where shelves are repeatedly wiped clean. You build an unprecedented supply chain, turning Feastables into a global snack powerhouse. Simultaneously, you launch multi-language dubbing across your main channel, hiring professional voice actors to translate your videos into Spanish, Portuguese, French, Hindi, and Arabic in real time. Suddenly, your audience isn't just America, it is the entire planet. The pressure accompanying this level of success is immense. You manage a company with hundreds of full-time employees, multiple massive sound stages, complex legal contracts, and multi-million-dollar video budgets where a single bad storm or technical glitch can ruin weeks of work. You work 16-hour days, 7 days a week, rarely taking vacations. You sleep in an office room attached to your editing suites so you can wake up and immediately check thumbnail iterations or rough video cuts. You push yourself to the absolute brink of mental and physical exhaustion, driven by an unyielding fear of becoming irrelevant or comfortable. You constantly repeat your personal rule to your crew: the next video must always be better than the last. In June 2024, you achieve a milestone that once seemed statistically impossible. Your channel officially surpasses T-Series to become the most subscribed YouTube channel in the world. You step into the record books as the undisputed king of the platform, where you once uploaded videos to 0 views as a kid in 2012. You sign a historic deal with Amazon Prime Video to create Beast Games, a massive television tournament featuring 1,000 contestants competing for a record-breaking $5 million cash prize, the largest single payout in television history. You cross into mainstream entertainment on your own terms, bringing your signature high-stakes, fast-paced storytelling to traditional streaming networks. As your trajectory continues upward, you shatter every remaining ceiling, crossing the unthinkable threshold of 500 million subscribers across your network. You look back at the shy, sick 12-year-old kid who sat in a dark bedroom counting numbers in a worn notebook, and you realize that the fundamental mission never changed. It was never about the money, the cars, or the world records. It was always about the relentless pursuit of human curiosity, the joy of giving, and the absolute mastery of storytelling. You are Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast. You took a digital video platform, transformed it into a global empire of goodwill and entertainment, and proved that a kid with an obsession and a camera could move the entire world.